I quit my job, y'all. Cheers. So, hear me out. Okay, let me clarify. I quit that second job at that seafood restaurant. If you know, you know. But, long story short, I've been here for about a month now at my new job. And I had already been saying I wanted to leave there anyway because that shit is so toxic. Like, that shit was horrible. So, yeah. We're free. I feel very liberated. Let's celebrate. Cheers. But also, let this be your sign. Quit your job too. Money come and go. It'll be fine.
This is your daily reminder that that job do not give a fuck about you. They don't care if you're sick, dying, or depressed. They will replace you in a heartbeat. So please, if you are financially able, make sure you take time off for yourself and your mental health. I know not everyone has the luxury to do so, but please, if you can make time for yourself, do that. Because your health and your well-being is more important than any corporation that literally does not give two shits about you. Okay?
I can't believe I quit my job today. This has been like a goal of mine for the past, I don't know, like 4 years since I started. Granted, I thought I was gonna quit my job for a music career, but that didn't really pan out. So I had to figure out a way to, quit my job making money on the internet. And it was hard, and I tried a lot of different things, but I finally did it. I was kind enough to submit a notice, so I have till the 13th, and then I'm officially done. But damn, it's about to get real, you know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling, It's like I finally have that weight off my shoulders where I don't have to respond to an employer. I don't have to request PTO if I want to take a day off, answer emails, listen to Teams notifications, all that BS. So I have that weight off my shoulders, but a new weight is going to come over my shoulders where, now I have to, provide for myself and, make an income, make a living. And it's all on me. That's new. That's not something they prepare you for in school. It's not something they teach you. It's something you just have to do and learn and go in with full confidence. But I just have to trust myself and trust my intuition and know that I can do it. And anything is freaking possible. If the last 4 months have taught me anything, it's that literally anything is possible. Like, anything is possible. I went from making $0 over the course of like 4 months of trying to make money online to a $10,000 month last month. If that doesn't prove that anything is possible, then I don't know what does. I'm super grateful. I literally could not have done this without God. I could not have done this without believing in myself and, manifesting. And when I say manifesting, I don't throw that term around lightly anymore, because a lot of people talk about manifestation and they say, I'm going to be rich one day, but they don't do anything. They don't change any of their actions. They don't change the way they behave. They don't change their work ethic. Manifestation's so real. I talk about this all the time. It's so real. You say you want something, you speak it into existence, but you have to have your actions reflect the things that you say that you want to do, right? And then once you put, hard work and manifestation together, crazy things can happen. So I don't know, I just wanted to make a video. I'm really grateful. Like, this is crazy. And this is like a brand new chapter of my life. This is a new start, a new beginning. I mean, I can't remember the last time I didn't have either school and or a job. This is the first time in my life where I've had neither of those, and it's new, it's different. But I'm super excited to see, what life has in store for me, and I'm excited to share the journey with you guys. So thank you guys for following along.
But can I be honest, y'all? I don't want a job. I don't even want a job. OMG. Please, somebody. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. Just give me the money. OMG.
I finally did it. I quit my job. No notice, no backup plan, no idea what I'm doing next. People keep asking me how I feel. I feel fucking fantastic. I haven't been free of this system in 13 years. And now the world is my fucking oyster. I could be a beekeeper. I could go to Europe. I could hold on those big ass signs on the side of the street. Or I could do absolutely fucking nothing. And no one is going to tell me the wiser. How insane that the first time I don't have to ask for permission to do anything. I don't have to ask for PTO. I don't have to pretend like I care about the meeting that should have been an email. My company had gotten so it's just business. You're just a number. But guess what? It's not my fucking business because I quit. If you need me, I'll be out here doing whatever the fuck I want. If you're curious of what I'm doing, you know where to find me. Woo! Cheers to fun employment, baby.
Corporate is just not it, guys. Like, I'm so tired of this feeling. I'm so tired of this feeling. And I can see myself getting one step closer every single day to my goals in my online business. And I refuse to give up ever, because I know what it's done for people and I know what it's going to do for me, because I serve a God that literally does this suddenly. Like, suddenly he can make it happen. Like, I serve a God that moves mountains. I serve a God that can do anything that he wants to do. Like, I know who I serve, guys. So I know that I'm going to be successful in my online business. I know I'm not going to be in this corporate life forever, because God put a calling in me to do something more, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do for the rest of my life. I'm not going to just change another job and go to another corporate job just to keep quitting and then complaining, quitting and complaining. It's going to be the same cycle over and over again. No one is coming to save you on this Monday. And you're probably sitting in front of your desk or sitting at home, I don't know, whatever it is. And you're like, I don't like my job. I'm tired of this feeling. I'm tired of this feeling, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not doing anything about it. And there's so many ways to make money online. Like, I literally found digital marketing and I was like, there's so many women making money on this. Why can I not do that? And I was like, I'm going to do it. I prayed about it. God put it in my heart. I was like, I'm going all in on this while I'm still in front of my 9 to 5, because obviously I can't quit until I make the income that I want. But guys, last week I made $472. Just on that week, I started as a beginner, literally, and I know that what God has planned for my life, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what he's going to do. And if you guys are just watching this video and you guys are going to scroll, at least follow. If you're not interested in starting, you guys can watch me in my journey on how I quit my 9 to 5. And that can be you too, but you got to get started now. And when I say now, it's because you're only wasting your time. You're only wasting your time. You're only setting yourself back instead of doing something about it. So if that's you, if you feel exactly like I do, guys, and I know this is so many, but a lot of you guys will be scared to not do anything and will just be so comfortable in your 9 to 5 and be like, I have no choice. But you do have a choice. You literally do have a choice, and anybody can do this, a complete beginner. You just have to decide to start. So if that's you and you just want more information on how to get started, more information on it, we can hop on a call, or I can explain here through TikTok DMs, but send me a DM or comment down start to get more information.
I quit my 9 to 5 to take a risk and get my foot in the door in the fashion and beauty space. My 9 to 5 was stable. I was in sales in the staffing industry. I was good at it. I was making decent money. I just knew it's not my passion at all. What I am passionate about is fashion, beauty, all the things I actually post on here about. With this app, been like such a creative outlet for me. I haven't really been able to tap into my creative side in my real job. Realized, I think, that happiness and doing something I enjoyed was more important to me than making really good money. I don't need to pick. I'm gonna find a way to have both, happy and make good money. It's really scary to leave something that's stable, something that you're good at, for a lot of the unknown. But I've been in Tampa now for over 6 years, I think. I love it here so much. I'll never have a bad thing to say about it, but it never has felt like home to me. I knew eventually I would move back up north. I got an opportunity to work at Alice and Olivia in the Hamptons for the summer and get my foot in the door. I took that opportunity, and that's what I'm going to be doing. In about a week, I'm leaving Tampa, heading to the Hamptons for the summer, and I will be working in the Alice and Olivia boutique. Actually been training in the one in Tampa past like week or so just to get myself ready for when that store opens. I'm not 100% ready. I don't think you ever are when you're making that big of a change. It's scary. Like, the outside looking in, people could be like, oh my gosh, you're leaving a 9 to 5 job to work in retail. But in my head, it is so much more than that. I hope that this inspires maybe one person, get out of their comfort zone and take the leap of faith, believe in yourself, want to do something, do it. Life is too short. Get uncomfortable. That's how you grow. Like I was getting just really stagnant here, even though I just became an instructor a couple of months ago. And that's the only thing that really sucks because I love my studio here. I'm hoping I'll be able to continue teaching up north, do things that make you happy, that fill your cup, that fulfill you. I don't think I was doing that enough here. Well, I'm really excited to make the switch, but obviously it's going to be a big change. I wanted to update you guys because my content's going to be looking a little bit different.
Genuine question for those who have 9-to-5s who work in the corporate world. How the hell do you do it? Like, genuinely, how? I've been working for 4 days and I cannot do this for the rest of my life. Like, I can't. I feel like I waste my entire day just doing nothing that contributes to like real life or like a good cause. It's only day 4 and I am so sick of the corporate language, the corporate slang, the little small talk, and the back-to-back meetings that are literally pointless. I don't know if I have any desire to climb the corporate ladder. Like, no idea. But I have to figure it out because I have to go look for a job in the fall. Please give me your best advice on how you survive corporate America because I don't think I can do this. Like, I think I'd rather have less money and more freedom and like do something that feels more meaningful to me, if that makes sense.
Urgent baddies should not work 9-to-5s. The reason why is because 9-to-5 is not the way that our creative brains function. We don't function on a time clock where we can just clock in being a creative and clock out being a creative. No, that's not how we work. We work when we work. Like, we might have a spurt of energy at night or none some days. Like, that's why 9-to-5s don't work for neurodivergent girls, because it's literally asking you to be ready when they need you to be ready. When I got my autism diagnosis, I found out that a lot of adult women who have autism or are neurodivergent end up being their own bosses and being entrepreneurs because they can't survive in that kind of like 9-to-5 environment for too long. I mean, burnout is just such a common thing that will happen to neurodivergent baddies in the workplace. That is why I recommend all of my baddies to find another route other than the 9-to-5 so that you don't burn out and you don't, it takes a long time to recover from burnout. So I don't recommend trying and getting that.
One thing that many people don't tell you after you start working a 9-to-5 is that if you like lift or do any type of workouts, you're probably going to be doing them after work. And because you're tired after working all day, your lifts are significantly going to go down and you're going to feel just like crap. And it's going to take you a while to get used to it. And also you're going to be going to the gym or wherever you work out at the peak busiest time when everybody else goes. And it's not like in college when, you could wake up at 9 or 10, hit the gym by 11 and get a prime lift fully energized. That just does not happen anymore. And it's either you go after work with everybody else or you wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. and you have to get used to that as well. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now, and sometimes I still am not used to it.
Is it just me or do 9-to-5s need to be canceled? Because I'm tired. I have to come to work every single day to get a paycheck to pay my mortgage. And I'm tired. I see why the kids are wanting to become content creators now. Because I am going to sleep at 10 o'clock and waking up at 6 o'clock and I'm still tired. I'm getting 8 hours of sleep and still tired. I think we got to reinvent this whole 9-to-5 thing. We at least need 3 days off. 2 days off a week is not fair. It's just not fair.
Yesterday marked exactly 1 year since I quit my safe, well-paying corporate job to chase my dream of helping people improve their health and ultimately their life. Here are the 6 biggest lessons I've learned in the last year. If you're thinking about doing something similar and chasing a dream of yours, I hope this video is helpful. If you're not, I hope you still learn a thing or two. Lesson number 1, it's really not that bad. Seneca said it best in a Stoic quote, "We suffer far more in our imagination than in reality." I had a perception that it was going to be this terrifying step that I had to take and this big leap that may be horrible and ruin my life. When in reality, the conversation to actually quit my job with my boss was uncomfortable, but I lived through it, and I haven't had a day that was truly terrifying or awful since then. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. It is true what they say. The ocean of fear is a mile wide but an inch deep. And when you step into it, you realize it's not that bad, and if you didn't die, you can probably keep going. Lesson number 2 is a quote that I heard a long time ago that stuck with me. The life that you want is on the other side of a few hard, uncomfortable conversations. For me, the uncomfortable conversation I wasn't having was the one with my boss to ultimately quit my job and do this. And shocker, after that long, uncomfortable conversation, I am living the life that I've always wanted. I'm truly doing my best to make a genuine effort to help people improve their lives through easily implementable actions. And it's allowed me to do some pretty incredible things, and I couldn't be more grateful to be able to do this every day. So it's important to take a look at where you are in life, and if you're not where you want to be, what hard conversations can you have, albeit with yourself, your employer, your significant other, or family members, that can get you to that point. Because while they may be hard conversations, the weight that I felt that was lifted from me after I successfully quit was indescribable. One of the best feelings I've ever felt. Lesson number 3 is another aphorism. Fortune favors the bold, but there's a caveat. I believe fortune favors the bold if you put the work in. I didn't just quit my job and hope for the best. While I made the bold decision to quit my job, I paired that with not missing an upload for almost a year now, every single day. Because like James Clear says in his book, Atomic Habits, your outputs are a direct result of your inputs. And I know that if I continue to have great input with quality content and reaching out to people and engaging with my community and following, my outputs will be better in the form of more comfortable living and the career that I truly want that is fruitful for me. So if your outputs in life, what you're making, what you're earning, where you're at mentally, is not where you want to be, take a hard look at your inputs. Every time I felt insecure about my income or how I was going to pay bills, I realized that every time I put out quality content, and a lot of it, my income increased, my sense of fulfillment increased, and my insecurity and doubt faded away. Not exactly a shocking lesson, but how much you earn and how fulfilled you feel is a direct result of the work you put in. So put in the work. Lesson number 4, while maybe more social media or entrepreneurially specific, people buy you. This is huge. There's a lot of people on here who are creating content because they want to make money, because they want to get famous, or because they think it's what people want to hear or see. But the reality is, when you are creating from a place of true, unfiltered authenticity and making content for you, it will land on the right audience and ultimately be better received. Rick Rubin, one of the titans of the music production industry, has a really interesting perspective on artists and what they create. He's worked with people like Lady Gaga, Kesha, LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, and a whole lot more. He says the best thing artists can do, and the ones that have been the most successful, are the ones who are creating art that they truly want to create, without an intention or desire of it going viral or it getting popular, but truly coming from a place of their authenticity. Those are the ones that do the best. And I believe the lesson can be learned or can be extrapolated across entrepreneurs and content creators alike. Make content for you with the pure intention of helping others, and it'll work out. Lesson number 5, don't quit your job on a whim. Be a little more calculated than that. Have a safety net financially. I didn't just quit with no plan and no money saved up. I had 6 months of living expenses that I knew if shit hit the fan, I could lean on. I also had some connections in the corporate world that I know I could land a job in the event that this didn't work out. So I don't believe in taking the leap and having absolutely no plan. I know people do that and it works, but statistically, it's less likely to work. A lot of those people are exhibiting survivorship bias. Just because it worked for them does not mean it is as likely to work for you. And the last and most important lesson, number 6, fucking believe in yourself. Bet the house on you. If you do not relentlessly believe in yourself, no one's going to, and no one should have a reason to. The job I quit before leaving corporate America to do this full time was a great private equity technology consulting job that I had only been in for 15 days. And the guy that hired me and was my boss stuck his neck out to get me on the team. So you can imagine it was an uncomfortable conversation met with some friction when I told him, hey, I'm going to quit to make TikToks. And he said, I want you to think about the longevity of what you're doing and how hard you've worked to build a reputation in corporate America. While he's right, and I appreciated that perspective, I, in far fewer words and more politely, told him to fuck himself. I had a relentless belief in myself through proof that I had stacked in the past that I could do this. And if I had listened to his input, I would not be here making this video right now. But remember, confidence without evidence is delusion. You need to stack proof that you are who you say you are and can do what you set out to. So set goals, stick to them, and achieve them, and you will build the self-confidence and discipline you're looking for. This is a bit longer of a video for TikTok, so please drop a comment and let me know if you stuck around till the end. To the people who are still here at the end, thank you for allowing this to be my career for the last year. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude, and I know it doesn't happen without you tuning in and watching the videos. I love each and every one of you, and I'm grateful for you, and I hope to give you a reason to continue sticking around and watching the content. It isn't easy, but it is simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
For all the working ladies, I don't know how you do it. I have just finished university. I had clinics all day. Now it's about 5:30. By the time I get to the shops, it's going to be 6:30. I'll have to buy chicken, everything I need for whatever I'm going to make. By the time I get home, it's going to be 7 o'clock. I'll have to cook. That's going to take an hour. I'll have to get changed, shower. That takes time. I have no time to myself anymore. If this is what my life is going to be when working, I'm not happy. Like, I need to know how everyone else is doing it because I don't get time for the gym. I hardly get time to revise. I have to clean the house. I've got to cook. I genuinely, I feel like I'm on the verge of a breakdown because where's my free time? I feel like the only free time I get is on the weekends. Please tell me there's a way you manage this, especially the ladies who are working, who are also mums. How are you managing to go home, cook, clean, do the laundry? How do you manage this, a 9 to 5 every single day? Because, whoa. Well, that's my rant for today. Thank you for listening.
They be knowing the bitch want unemployment so they won't fire you. Like, bitch, just fire me. I'm a bad hire, bitch. Performance is low. Jobs are literally the new form of slavery. And I know people been saying this forever, but y'all got to wake up. Who the fuck is you to tell me that I gotta work 40 hours a week and I might earn 2 to 3 hours of PTO every fucking 2-week pay period? First of all, who the fuck are you to be telling me that? Then, why do I have to use my vacation days if I'm sick? Why the fuck am I not gifted a fucking sick day a month? If I work 12 months a year, I should have 1 sick day a month at least. At fucking least. Plus my vacation. So I gotta use my motherfucking good ass vacation time because I'm sick as a dog. Cause you bitches wanna work me like I'm a fucking slave. You bitches got me fucked up. I promise to God I don't... Baby, me and a job, we don't be going together for that long. Because I has to get the fuck up out of there. Then y'all say they having meetings about KPIs and shit. Bitch, you need to have a meeting about keeping me here and increasing my pay. Increase pay. Fuck all that other shit. I don't give a fuck about your KPIs because you bitches sit in motherfucking boardrooms and don't do shit all day. I'm the one putting in this motherfucking blood, sweat, and tears. And then I feel like if a job only pay a certain amount of money, it should be very simple. Why am I doing too much and you don't even pay that much? I feel like you start making me use my brain. It's all these different buckets I gotta check, all this email. Then who the fuck is you to be walking around talking about pivot? Stay the fuck up away from me. Get away from my cube. So as y'all can see, yeah, me and this job finna break up. Like, I don't do well with all this shit, bitch. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I'll quit today, actually. I'm been trying to get fired, but they haven't fired me yet. So, I don't know. Maybe this video might go viral when they see me and they fire me. But then would I be able to get unemployment then?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm so upset I'm out here talking to myself. Yes, I'm on my lunch break for the people who trolling my page. Whew. Teacher rage. So I have been a teacher in a district that shall remain nameless for 19 long years. Elementary school music. I've had thousands of students each year because I see the whole school. You can probably count on your hand how many times I have written up students because that's not something I do. I handle my business in-house. I'm like, sit down somewhere. We got to learn. We got to do shows. We got to do our stuff. But when I tell you these last few years have been literally horrible with discipline, it just don't make no sense. Today, I've reached the end. I've reached the top. I can't do it anymore. We have a student who shall remain nameless. Out of control. I'm talking about hitting people upside the head, sticking people with pencils, having outbursts, screaming, not singing, screaming, you name it, he's done it. I've asked the admin, come get him, they come get him, they bring him back with a pencil. They bring him back, so sorry. He said he's so sorry, he don't want to do it again. Week after week. Mind you, I see my kids, I'm out of breath, child, because I'm walking on my lunch break for the trolls. I see the kids once a week. So I have my lesson for them for the grade level once a week. I've already seen him this week. Today is Friday. He was not supposed to come today. He's walking with a different class. I was like, baby, you ain't supposed to be in here. They said I'm supposed to come. I said, no, sir, you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be. Where do you go on Friday? He's supposed to go somewhere else. Apparently, that teacher refused him, too, because she said she had him already twice this week, too. So what's happening is this baby is getting put out of his homeroom class and been moved from room to room to room to room. That's not my problem. I signed up to teach that baby once a week and barely making it. So I said, I'm so sorry, I cannot teach. Go find, let's go to the office. They sent this boy back for 3 or 4 times to me. You cannot refuse a student if you don't have the proper documentation. I've documented this. They didn't came to get him. When I tell you This is why it's going to be 3 teachers left. They're talking about Department of Education. They're going to need Department of Fine Teachers. If I can't hardly teach music in elementary, what do you think is happening in these schools? Middle school, high school. And listen, I love all of my kids.
I'm free. I never thought it was gonna happen this soon. But I'm free. I don't have to come back to this place anymore. I'm free.
That job will literally let you work a full shift, okay? A full-blown 8, 10, 12, however many hours you work, okay? They'll make you work all that and then fire you at the end of the day. I'm sorry, what? But the employee is expected to give a 2-week notice? Like, how are we still living in this fantasy world, okay, where the employee is expected to give a 2-week notice, but the employer is not expected to give any kind of notice? And then on top of that, make you work your shift. At least, call me when I'm in bed. Let me know right then and there. Don't even get up, sis. We're letting you go today. Don't even bother doing your makeup, okay? Because look, you can't even afford it after this. Like, let them know. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, I know a lot of people these days don't even give 2-week notices. They'll just say, hey, I'm resigning. Here you go. Today's my last day. Okay. And what are they going to do? They're probably just going to give you that note. If the next employer calls, they're just going to say, yeah, they didn't give a notice or whatever, which I don't even know if that's legal anymore. I know that they're very limited now to what they can say if, the next job calls the past job. All I got to say is, if you're not given a 2-week notice, good for you.
So I got fired, no cause, just vibes. And when I was like, why is this happening? They were like, well, it just seems like you're not really invested long term. Like, it seems like you really don't like your job. And I was like, yeah, of course I don't like my job. Since when are we supposed to like our jobs? I thought you just bootstraps it and just muscle through the day like my Republican dad told me. What? God, corporate America is just getting out of control.
Do y'all remember when I said I had that one-on-one and they were basically trying to say that I was making mistakes, between me and that pale-skinned girl? Why I had another one-on-one today, and they talking about yeah, Kamira, we realized that wasn't you making mistakes, so we just want to thank you. Oh, really? I could have told you that. Oh, really? It wasn't me? Like, did you really think that was gonna make me sit right there and smile? I been knew that. That's why I don't explain to these people, because my work is always gonna speak for themselves.
The worst thing that can happen to you in corporate America is if a senior manager or someone in leadership calls you buddy. And if they do it right after they showed you how to do something that you didn't know how to do, oh yeah, go ahead and hop on LinkedIn and find a new job. If they call you buddy, then they don't respect you. And it could be for whatever reason. Maybe you look too young. Maybe you're too short. Maybe they heard something about you. The bottom line is they can't see you as someone they can trust with something important. Think of the times that you use buddy. You're probably talking to a little kid or a dog. You don't ever use buddy if you see someone as an equal. Even if it's not intentional, that's probably worse because that means they're doing it subconsciously. If you want to be petty, what you can do is call him buddy back, but that's a dangerous game.
Hear me out. We go into the office at 8:30 and we leave at 3:30 because that's what we grew up doing in school and that's what they trained us to be used to, and then they just added on this extra time. Why did we get to grow up going to school from 8:30 to 3:30? Then we have extra time to do our extracurricular activities. But now we have to do our extra activities either before work or after work, which is even less time in the day. Like, if we left at 3:30, that would be perfect because then you have an hour and a half or so to go to the gym. And then you can even still be out and about before the sun goes down. When we leave work at 5 or 5:30, the sun is literally down. It's depressing. We just want to crawl in bed and do absolutely nothing. So everybody gets lazier. Everybody gets tired. Everybody gets depressed. I feel like this is a scam.